What's good, y'all? Once again, this is Showtime, and this is Showtime's Fight Form. Please like, subscribe, share, and also follow me on all social medias. Once again, I'm always down for a debate. All right, I'm not a professional. I'm a professional shit talker though. So just make sure you step your cookies up if you're going to, slide in my daggone replies. So today's conversation, we're gonna talk about UFC. We're gonna talk about the lightweight division, and we're definitely gonna dive into Conor. Conor just had a fight. I hear a lot of murmuring talking about some. Oh, Conor should retire. I will say though, it's mainly like the casual fans that are saying like Conor should retire, et cetera, et cetera. Whereas, and I think the more hardcore fans understand Conor's fine. Like Conor fought a very good fight. Conor arguably won the first round. I thought he won the first round. He damn sure landed the harder punches in the first round. Dustin just bested him. Dustin has been getting better and better and better and better for years now. Literally years. It's not like he's just been getting better. He's been getting since he got knocked out by Conor, he's been getting better. Since he went to 155, he's been damn near unstoppable. Okay? Outside of Habib, who literally is unstoppable. We're not talking about him. But yeah, like Dustin has been on a tear. So I mean, it's not shocking that he did. I ain't gonna say it's not shocking because I was shocked. I didn't think Dustin was gonna win. I'm happy he did because I love Dustin. Dustin is a very good dude. That was my first professional interview, and I have a lot of respect for him. And he's a dog. Like you always root for a dog like him. But like it's not too surprising when you really look down and break it and say Conor hasn't been active. Dustin has been active. Dustin, granted, Conor may have gotten better. We don't know. But damn sure Dustin has gotten way better. Dustin has motivation. And also, Dustin had more to learn in their first fight. Conor really didn't have much to learn from that first fight. Dustin had everything to learn. And I mean, and not to mention, one thing I didn't even realize until like probably like a week or two ago is that Dustin is actually the bigger fighter. Dustin, when they fought at 145, Dustin had to cut more weight. Dustin was drained at 145 when he fought everybody, which is why he bumped up to 55. Granted, Conor was obviously drained as well. We're not going to say like he didn't struggle to cut 45, but Dustin still's the bigger fighter. And Dustin, like at 55, he's just been a different monster compared to 45. So now, not to, and anybody who's cut weight knows when you're depleted from your weight and your energy, you can't take a shot nowhere near as well as when you're hydrated and you're fully fed. And now with Dustin finding his weight class at 55, he could take a better shot. He got clipped a bunch of times in this fight. And there's one time I honestly thought he was hurt, and I was like, uh-oh, it's about to be over. And Dustin just ate it and kept it pushing. And Dustin started gaining confidence after he took that one shot. When he took that one straight left, he was like, you know what? I can take his best punch. I'm good. And Conor's biggest issue, which is why I understood and I do agree about his long layoff, is the fact that he couldn't adjust to the calf kicks. Calf kicks are relatively new. It's not like brand new, but it's relatively new in the MMA world now where everybody's doing it. Conor has fought once the past, 3 years? Yeah. He hasn't experienced that. So now he has to adjust. And with his style, his karate style is he puts a lot of pressure and a lot of weight on his front foot. It was perfect game plan and it was executed perfectly. So, like I said, Conor is fine. Conor looked good in the fight. Dustin was just a better man. To be realistic and honest with you, if they fight a third time, which probably will happen, I still think Conor will probably win. And that's not saying Dustin can't win. We already seen he can, but I do think that Conor's a smart guy that will adjust. We seen that in the Diaz fight. He adjusts and he gets better. So, and Conor's still young. So yeah, and he's a warrior, man. I got a lot of fight respect for that guy. He's amazing. And once again, I got a lot of respect for Dustin. But we have to be realistic here. Dustin winning put a whole wrench in the UFC plans in the 155-pound division. Complete, utter chaos is now with this division, and I love it. It's been my favorite division, and I love this division because there's nothing but dogs. Nothing but dogs. Now, so let's look at the landscape now. We have Dustin at the top. Oh, well, we have Habib, technically. I think he's going to retire. I thought he was going to retire regardless. I didn't think it was GSP or bust. He wasn't going to fight Conor again. He wasn't going to fight Dustin again. He's already washed him, so he doesn't need to fight him again. So it was GSP or bust. They weren't going to give him to him, so I was like, all right, he's retired. So now we have Dustin, number one. He should be number one. He should technically be champion, but, they wanted to hold out for Habib, which I understand. Now we have everybody else. So we have Michael Chandler, just had an amazing W. We have Charles Do Bronx. That's my guy. That's my guy right there. Do Bronx Oliveira. He's in there. We still have Justin Gaethje. We still have Conor. We still have Tony Ferguson. We have RDA back in the picture. So we have so many dogs, so many matchups, so many fights. And you even throw in Nate Diaz. I'm not as high on Nate Diaz as like everybody else. Every time he like fights the best of the best, like the elite of the elite, he normally gets his ass whooped. Conor's probably the only person I ain't gonna say only person, but he's like one of the few people that was like the top of the crop champions that he didn't get like absolutely washed. So I'm not as high, but sure, let's throw Nate Diaz in the picture. But yeah, so like it's like, what do you do next? I personally believe the next title fight should be Dustin Charles Oliveira, and not do a tournament. They're not Bellator. Don't be Bellator, man. Like everybody always want to do tournaments. UFC understands we're not Bellator. We're not these other organizations. We're gonna do what we do. And just book the fights, bro. These and plus their tournaments don't even make sense. How you have a whole tournament that lasts a year? That don't even make sense. A whole year? No. Once again, I'm a wrestler. Tournaments last one damn day. Well, I ain't gonna say always last one. They last 1 to 3 days. Damn sure don't last no daggone whole 6 months to a year. That's not a tournament. So like I said before, don't do no tournament. Just book the fights as scheduled. It should be Oliveira, Dustin Poirier. I personally will go Gaethje, Michael Chandler. Conor is the interesting one. I will probably put Conor in a fight with RDA. I think that sells well because that was the fight that should have been booked before he became double champ. It makes a lot of sense. It's a winnable fight for Conor. It's also a winnable fight for RDA. It's a good fight. I don't know if I said Tony Ferguson. I don't believe I did, but he's the wild card. I don't really know what to do with him. Maybe Tony Ferguson and Nate Diaz. I'd be down for that. I think they're very similar, but also very different at the same time. The shit talking would be fire. So, I mean, if I was a matchmaker, those are the fights I would want to see. That's the fights I think should be next. Y'all can tell me what fights y'all think should be made. Also, who do you think is the uncrowned champ right now? Because Khabib's gone. So, who do you think is the world champion? Do you think it's Michael Chandler? That's wrong if you do. Do you think Charles Oliveira? That makes sense. It could be. Mind you, let me do a small little spill before we go. I have to talk about Charles Oliveira. I've been his fan for a while. And I've always been saying he is one of the most talented fighters in the UFC. He just has to get his mental right. Every loss I'm not going to say every, but most of his losses, in my opinion, were all mental mistakes, like him being lazy or him just not being, I don't want to say he's not mentally tough, but in a way, it's just him not being mentally tough. He has, in my opinion now, has finally figured it out. And good luck beating him now. He has a chin. The funny thing is he has a chin. His stand-up is really good. And we already know his jiu-jitsu is ridiculous. He has the most submissions already in UFC history, and he just turned 30. Like, the guy's, like, you got to worry about him. If he really, truly, mentally is a way better fighter, like, mentally, I honestly don't think anybody in the world's going to beat him. That's my personal opinion. I don't think Conor, I don't think Dustin, I don't think anybody can beat him if his mental is right. But outside of that, these are the fights I think should be made. You guys tell me what fights y'all think should be made. Who do y'all think is the uncrowned champ? Follow me. Once again, like, subscribe. I'm here all night, man.